Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to Joe Wednesdays. This is JHaubz, and what's been going on this week? Well, let's see. So, and the category of kids say the darndest things. Apparently, Ashley has a sexy butt, according to Lydia. Now, I don't know where she could have heard anyone say that, but apparently she's starting to get into her parrot mode, apparently. So I don't know, out of all the things that would be bad for a child to say, I guess I would rank that not as bad as other things. So I mean, she's not saying any cuss words or anything like that, so I mean, I'll I'll definitely count my lucky stars in that regard. But yeah, it's like apparently when Ashley was helping her sleep last night, she had woken up in the middle of the night and she said that mommy had a sexy butt. So I don't know. Apparently, I don't know where she heard that, but it wasn't me, obviously. Um, but hey, in some good Lydia news, I managed to get this footage this weekend.
Hey, I did it with my helmet.
You're doing it with your helmet on, yeah. Thanks, downhill. Cheese! Click! Watch where you're going, look forward! Say wee! So that was very exciting. She finally managed to figure out how to get the pedaling going on, and obviously like our area is so hilly, so I mean it's kind of hard for her to go uphill, so without a little bit of a nudge, but going downhill she was able to do that herself, and she really enjoyed it. So hopefully we'll be getting some more walks in, getting some sun and all that kind of stuff, and we'll see what goes from there. On the not so fun side of the Liddy saga, though, her figuring out no last week has now rebelled into, unfortunately, causing a bit of chaos again in the bedtime routine. But I'm sure a few weeks ago I was like, yeah, it's been great, but I'm not gonna hold my breath for her to not change things. And well, here's the change. Uh, so I don't quite know why yet. I think it may have partially been due to the schedule change we kind of did. Ashley has been doing physical therapy on Mondays, and it's been hard for her to get home on time to do bedtime routine with Lydia. So I suggested that, like, on Monday nights we'll do a daddy only night. So I'll take care of the whole bedtime routine, and I mean, like I used to, like a year ago, like it used to be all me when Ashley couldn't really help out too well. So it's not that big a deal for me to do. So I suggested, like, I'll take a Monday, but then so that Lydia has a rotation of us both, maybe we'll find a night to do an all mommy night, so that she can have both of those things. So I don't know if that change went good or bad with her. It didn't seem to bug her in the moment, but as the weekend progressed, because we did it Friday on a mommy only night on Friday. I don't know, as that progressed, I'm not sure if that sort of threw her off, because bedtime and bath time was pretty hard for her. So like she was saying no and crying and screaming and everything, and just having a really big tantrum, like much bigger than she's had before. So I mean, honestly, like it's I don't think it's all that bad. Yeah, it's nothing to be too concerned about. It was obviously very, like, stressful for all of us to go through, because I mean, like, at one point I was between, like, just crying and just, like, throwing stuff and putting my fist through a wall or something, and like I kind of started to laugh at my own mental reactions, and it was just kind of like that was the pin that popped the balloon, because like I like I kind of had like a crazy, like, mixed laugh and cry at the same time, and it was really loud, and like just all of my feelings just flooded out in this, like, lunatic laugh. I'm like, all right, well, that sounded great. All right, we apparently needed some emotional release there, so okay. um But I think like after I did that, I managed to come and kind of help Ashley because like Lydia wasn't having it with anybody that night. So yeah, not the most graceful weekend we've had with Lydia before. So that, but you know, we're gonna have those. She's a toddler. It's just gonna happen, and but hopefully we can learn some things and do better the next time around or something. Um, so yeah, but along that same vein though, Friday, since it was Mom's night only for Lydia, um, I kind of made myself scarce around the house. So like um, I did a bunch of things I haven't done in a really long time. I asked a couple of coworkers if they wanted to do a happy hour after work, and we met some people for drinks. Um, I did not realize it had been that long since I've actually sat down and had a beer because like I got some like Scottish ale or something like that. We were at a bar I had never been before, so I just kind of looked at the menu. I'm like, let's try that. Um, but it was like it's something about it was just like, oh, this is so good. It tastes so good. like and I don't know, like I don't even know if it was really all that like good in comparison to other beers, but it was just like the sheer fact that I have not had a drink in so long was just like, oh, oh man, the taste, oh. Yeah, it was like this, like audibly saying that and getting some laughs from my coworkers. Um, but anyway, so like some other stuff that I did, Ashley and I had a box of old electronics and like games that we hadn't been using in a while, and um, like I had it just kind of in my trunk to take to a video game exchange place that's local in Centerville, and like I finally managed to turn stuff in, and I turned it around for like 170 bucks. Like everything in there was about 170 bucks, and they didn't even like take all of the games out of there. They only took a few, but we had a PlayStation 2 in there that I think might have been a good chunk of change. But I kind of like it wasn't intentional, but like I didn't think to mention to them that the reason we weren't using it was because the internal fan didn't work. So hopefully they're either gonna kind of scrap it for parts or they're gonna like do further tests to find out its full capabilities. Because like the internal fan doesn't work, so it just like it tended to overheat a little bit, and like the only way I could play games on it is by like continually rotating ice packs on it. Like I would put a towel down so it didn't get wet, and I would just put an ice pack on it when I was playing for a long time. Like that's how I kept it cool. So it's probably I don't know. I felt kind of bad when I like thought like I didn't even think about it that it was even in the box until I saw that they had it out and they were like paying me. I'm like, oh right, oh well, like. So hopefully the next person that finds it can find a solution to that. But we exchanged those games, and then I went ahead and turned those around into some new Switch games. So I got Age of Calamity Hyrule Warrior, and then I got Fire Emblem Three Houses, and then there was this one game that I saw, Astral Change, back when like the Switch came out, that really caught my interest. I know nothing about it other than I saw the demo and it looked cool. So I'm like, well, this is money that I didn't have and I don't need for anything. Why not give it a try? So we got that in the works. So I've started Age of Calamity. Definitely like it. It's not as good of music as the original Hyrule Warrior, so I was a little sad about that. But I'll probably rant a little more about that once I get farther into the game and actually have a better review on it. But yeah, and then didn't do too much else that day. But like earlier in the week, since we have kind of a fixed schedule now with who's doing bedtime and bath time with Lydia, it's been nice to schedule some gym times and some other stuff like that. So I'm getting back to the gym and just masking up and doing what I can in there. So that's been good. That's been good. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to mention today. I hope you guys are doing well. I'd love to hear from you. If you guys have any questions or stuff like that, leave me some comments. I'd love to talk with you if you're interested. But if not, that's all okay. So I'm going to cut myself off here. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.